Dusk and Elliot Wood have mastered electricity, at least the early stages of it. They now have a working kitchen station, a refrigerator, and a freezer. Truly a miracle in the apocalypse, especially in No Hope. And now they have the ability to forge a better future for themselves. And that's exactly what Dusk intends to do, equipping them better than they have been thus far. However, she will need to gain just a few other resources before she can do that, namely salt, a lot of salt. And salt water is the easiest form of that. And so, with a great big tank, she's gonna go and seek out just that. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rykon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, No Hope, where yes, we do need a bit of salt to be able to work on some of those hides that we've been getting so far. We want to turn them into tanning leather hides, and there's a few different methods that we can use to do that. Brains definitely help, and we have those brains right now, but we also need salt or salt water. So that's probably the route that we're going to go for here. A tool with food cooking of 3 or more. That is also something that we need. I mean, we do have a fair amount of aspirin. That is also an option, but we do need just straight up water for that. So I think we're probably going to go for the brain and salt route. It does look like it's going to take maybe a little bit longer for us to do it this way, but I feel like it's going to work out well. Well, we hope. And so we're probably going to grab that tank that's just sitting out there and utilize that. So where have we got salt water from before? Probably down here. If I had to take a guess, down at the swamp. That would be the fastest and easiest way for us to get that stuff. And that's what we are going to have a look at doing. So let's go grab that first of all. And I think we'll want to make sure that we got our rucksack worn now, just so that we can carry the other stuff in our lifting field. The sun is down, that's great. Let's turn off the light just to conserve a little bit of electricity. Not that we're, doing bad for power. Elliot's gonna get that closed on up. Thank you, brother. And of course, I am considering getting diesel as well, so that we can have even more power going for us. Looks like we might... Oh, this is probably gonna go straight into our lifting field, right? Yes, it has. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to start to navigate down towards the swamp here. It can be a little dangerous. It is nighttime. We do have decent night sight with Dusk, but it's nowhere near as good as Elliot's. Even so, she's going to be leading the way through here, occasionally waiting for her brother to catch on up, and we'll see if we can't track down some of that salt. Okay, I think I'm already seeing some patches of perhaps salt water down here, or just dirty water. You could gather salt water from here. Wonderful, that's exactly what we want to see. So we'll pour that into a container, into the metal tank, and that's 240 units of salt water, which is going to be more than enough. So we're going to start to navigate back home, and then we'll get underway. Alright, now that we're back here, let's go turn on those lights, make sure that Elliot is following. He is wonderful. And, yeah, no use in waiting, let's just get to it. So, it seems like we're still lacking something here. Oh, we need tallow, and a considerable amount of that, 1 per each of these hides here. Well, that's not too bad. We do have a considerable amount of fat, and so if we were to make that amount of tallow, we'd have quite a bit of crackling left over, I might imagine. So, let's have a look at making that tallow then. Okay, what are we missing here? Water, or straight up just clean water? Okay, so that's another thing that we're going to have to contend with. So we should have had a tank in here. Oh, a keg, the aluminium keg, yeah. So we're going to go fill that up with water now. So we're going to have to drop the existing tank that we've got here of salt water, just put that there for now. And let's go grab that keg. I do like that we've just got some soda in some of the other kegs. Oh no, sorry, those are cans. Those are aluminium cans, Rykon. We'll leave the light on because we shouldn't be all that long. Where is our closest source of water? Well, it is actually a little distance away. And I don't believe we had any wells out here that we had access to from memory. I mean, I could be wrong. There could have been something up by the stable. I don't see anything up there though, so I don't think that's the case. Yes, so we're probably just going to have to make our way on over towards the river, top up, and then head back. That shouldn't be too difficult for us to do, and that's also something that we should be able to do just by ourselves. So for the moment, we're just going to tell Elliot to guard here, and Dusk is going to make her way down to the water. It can be dangerous, and apparently we're overburdened at the moment, but by how much? Okay, by a little bit here. That's nothing that we can't work with, really. It's fine. Dusk, you'll make it. Okay, and we're going to stop as we've just encountered an orc warrior by the water. He is currently slower than us. We are going to need to be cautious here, though. So, Dusk, we are going to go and chuck out a Mind Hammer on this orc first of all, doing some considerable damage. That's good. We like to see it. Let's try and do the same thing again, and that second Mind Hammer is enough to take it down. Those were two 48 damage strikes there, which is really nice. It didn't drop anything at all, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay, so this is still just dirt here, and then we've got flowing shallow water. Okay, although it's probably safer than stagnant water to drink as is. We're not going to be drinking as is, but we're also not going to be turning it into clean water. We'll just keep it regular. We could purify it. I mean, I don't think there'd be any negative from us doing that because we've got a lot of purification tablets. 200 water is a lot as well. Okay, Dusk, back home we go. There we are. And Elliot, follow along, please. In we go, and let's see. We will just drop that keg over there for now. Wonderful. Okay, we're actually hungry at the moment. We are still underweight, so let's spend just a tiny bit of time putting together something of a meal. So, humble pie, hardtack, we can make lard. There are so many things that we can make here now, which is just great. Roasted bone marrow, roasted pepper bone marrow also sounds quite nice. If we can make a fair amount of meat, then sandwiches can be just like a really good way for us to make do. Humble pie, though, is made with chopped organ meats, not half bad, and it's full of vitamins. That's probably the route that we want to go with. We can also see the charges that each of our different tools will use. The microwave is a little bit faster for us, so I think that's probably the route we're going to go with. 32 minutes, humble pie. Do we want to batch cook this? We don't get any batch savings, so we'll just make the one for now. So what are we going to use? I think we'll use the sweetbread because that's the most calories that we're going to get for it there, and we will use the microwave nearby. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I think it is old, so it isn't going to be super nice, but hey, humble pie. Let's go and knock that back. We're feeling satisfied. We nearly have cracked 20,000 calories consumed, so go Dusk. Okay, now moving on to our hides. We still cannot make it, so what are we lacking again? It was the tallow, of course. Yeah, of course. And we needed the water for the tallow. Okay, fantastic. So, we do gain some batch savings here. Although, in saying that, that is a just wild amount of time. We do get 12 portions of tallow here though. So for 3 hours and 30 minutes, we're going to get 24 portions of tallow. I feel like that's probably the best route that we can go for right now. We don't want to overdo it. Yeah, let's get started. And yet again, we'll use the microwave. Okay, oh, and we briefly fell asleep there. That's fine, but we got woken up by the car. That's all right. Let's get to work, Dusk. And we are done. Wonderful. So that's a load of tallow that we have there now, which is what we need to move on to the next step. Except we are hungry, we are thirsty. Our weight is finally back to normal, so we probably don't have to be eating like, you know, it's the end of the world. We might want to make a little bit more humble pie for us though, just because it's going to be more, well, it's going to be more stuff. Vitamins, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. We can also do a sourdough starter as well. You know what, let's just make that just so that we've got some. Oh, and then we can't make our pie. That's okay, that's all good. I think we'll just make a little bit of coffee for ourselves as well. Just for a change, use the microwave. Heathens that we are, and we'll pour that into our hip flask, and we'll knock that back now. There we go. How nice. Have a little bit of fruit wine as well while we're here. And then we are going to have a look at those hides. Tanning, leather hide. Okay, so how much of the tallow is it actually using? 1 per. So we can do 24. Okay, so, well, actually, no, we can do 14 all up, and then we start to run out of something. Could actually be the amount of hides that we're using. Let's just scroll down there. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's all the hides that we're using right now. So that's decent. How much time was that going to take? Okay, a considerable amount of time. So that's something that we're probably not going to be able to do in one go, but we do save time by doing it as a batch. Hand encumbrance and wounds is what's slowing us down right now. I don't think we have much on our hands, really. Okay, I mean, the fitness band, the silver bracelet, that isn't going to be giving us encumbrance. Yeah, no, our hands only have 3 encumbrance right now. Our torso is encumbered, though, because of the backpack, so maybe we can have a look at taking that off. I mean, just in general, that's going to make us more comfortable. We should probably try and make our legs and arms not so warm as well, so yeah, let's just take off the arm guards. Because we're home, we don't need to have them on right now. We can probably take off the Kevlar vest as well, and we'll take off those boots. There we go, so we should be just a bit more comfortable. We're still observed currently. Interesting, okay. And let's see if that has any effect going forwards. We're still looking at 85% at the moment. Our focus isn't super amazing as well, but that's really only about learning. So I think regardless, we are going to start this process now. It is going to use a considerable amount of charge from our batteries, but the microwave seems to be the most efficient way for us to actually get stuff cooked. And we had yet another dream as we fell asleep briefly. You dream of standing on top of a cliff in a storm, looking down at the sea, holding one arm up against the lashing rain. You watch as the dark waters slowly rise up the cliff, getting higher and higher until it laps at your feet. You take a step back, but the water follows you, covering your feet, then your legs, and then your chest, then your face. As the black water enters your lungs, you awaken with a start, coughing and gasping. Okay, well that's nice. So that will also affect our mood as we wake up in the morning here. Vivid nightmare and demoralizing food. Well, we're hoping to change that at least. And it looks like Elliot has fallen asleep over on the chair there, so he won't actually be assisting us, which we kinda need right now. It does actually help speed things up. So buddy, wake up for now. You will be able to go to sleep eventually, but that time is not now. Oh, we just got our practical survival skill up to 4, which I think will help us. We did also have a message that was saying that we can't focus, so we're working slowly. So we're going to go and activate our MP3 player just so we can try and improve our mood a little bit further. And then I think we'll probably either drink some more fruit wine or just have something fun. So having a look at joy here, we could knock back some vodka or some rum. I mean, I guess turning it into a drink would be more preferable, and let's see, we actually do have some mixes, so we might be able to do that. Oh, bugger. A whole load of our organs have gone off. Well, I guess that was to be expected. Oh, we can do mixed alcohols, okay. Yeah, let's actually just have a look at drinks here. Okay, yeah, strong mixed alcohol, just mixing vodka and rum together. Enjoyability is only 5, so maybe we just stick with what we have. Yeah, let's just have some rum. There we go. We could knock it back with some maple syrup. It's a rudimentary drink that we've just made there. Okay, and let's continue working. Okay, we're going to take a quick break at 50% here because the sun has risen, so we're going to turn off those lights there, and let's just check that battery. Okay, we're at 57% power, so we haven't been losing too much, and these are going to be adding just that much more to the grid during the day. So we can craft throughout the night, it doesn't seem to be a problem. Let's continue working, let's get this done. Oh, would you look at that? You suddenly register a buzzing in your senses, it's getting louder, and your head starts to throb. Somewhere nearby, a tiny cataclysm has begun. Check the mission log for details. Stop crafting? Yes. So, we have for ourselves a portal storm, and the center of that storm is quite close. Now, I'm tempted for us to go into this portal storm with Elliot instead of Dusk, because okay, we're already doing pretty good with Dusk here. We've got electrokinesis, we also have telekinesis. If there is a potential chance for Elliot to pick something up here, I think it would be beneficial because Dusk does actually seem to use her powers when we aren't controlling her. Also, oh, she is wielding her bayonet at the moment. Oh no, that's Elliot, that is. So we're just going to change a few things here on Dusk. So we're going to turn off that MP3 player. We're just going to put back on her equipment. And we're just going to make sure that everything is set all right. Yes, yes it is. Okay, so it's early Portal Storm right now. It hasn't really kicked off fully, but I think we might be able to get there before anything too wild happens. I am a little concerned about Dusk being out in that storm though, so maybe we let Elliot do this solo, you know? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go upstairs with Dusk, we're going to close the door, let her play with Caterpillar for just a little bit here, a few minutes. Okay. And now, Elliot, let us go and talk with your sister. Just make sure. Oh, close Portal Storm. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't think that Elliot has the quest. Now that I think about it. Oh no, maybe he does. Yeah, it's moving. The center of the storm. Okay, the center of the storm is on the move. Okay, so Dusk, get back in here. We're going to tell you to guard, so please do just stay in this location. Do not leave. And Elliot, we're going to get you a drink first before you go outside. You are tired as well, so it's probably going to be an energy drink. There we go. And let's just do soda. Yeah, you're straight up dehydrated, huh? That's not great. So we can use a purifier on that water. Calcium tablets, Prussian blue tablets. I'm not seeing them right now. You know what? Oh, he doesn't actually even have enough mana to do it. So he has the level now to cast Purification Seed, but he doesn't have the necessary mana. His max mana is only 560, so that ain't gonna happen. You know what? I was so sure that we had a water purifier. What would be good is adding a water purifier to here, just, you know, just for times like this. I'll keep my eye out for them in the future. I really don't want him to go out while he is dehydrated though. So let's just try and quickly do some water here. 37 minutes is a little while. Okay, it's a distant Portal Storm now, so it has been getting away. Let's just go and drink all that water there, Elliot. Okay, that's good. Just down to very thirsty. That should eventually go away. He is still considered tired at the moment, so I'm just going to see if there are any caffeine tablets that he can take here. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, we could give him a stimulant, but no, let's just stick with what we got for now. Let's also just see. Okay, everything else is looking good here. You're beautiful with your rigid eye stalks. He's been crowded for a long time, but now is a chance for that to kind of go away, Elliot. As he steps outside, we're going to remove that, cover there, that plank. And where is the storm now? It's all the way up in one of the horse fields, in one of the paddocks. Okay, so we're going to start moving in that direction. We're going to turn safe mode on, and we're going to hope that he can make it. Okay, yeah, the weather has changed to close Portal Storm now because we are indeed close to where the center of the storm is. We've seen a swarm structure appear down to the south. Horse, I'm concerned for your well-being. Stay away. And it looks like we have a person out here somewhere as well. Okay, we are right near the center of the storm. Where that actual center is, though, I cannot tell right now, and oh boy. Reality is twisting, deforming around Elliot. Hop on over that fence. Let's get away from those things, hey? Yeah, what are they? 2 chunks of unknown material. Could try to kill them, and here we go. We've reached the center. You feel a presence, both inside yourself and somewhere far, far away. What do you do? Contact it or ignore it? Elliot will reach out with his mind. Something more than a monologue and less than a dialogue occurs. You can feel it waiting for you to engage it. What are you? Elliot asks. I am nothing yet. I am endless potential. Outside your leaking reality, there are fewer rules and more possibility. I am fertile soil, and you could be a seed. Leave me alone. If that is what you think you desire, take care not to die before you allow yourself to be free. Elliot will attempt to shut the voice out for now. Hearing a deafening screech. Well then, the very notion of empty space is a cruel joke. Nearby, nothing becomes even less. Okay, so we are going to continue to chase the center of the storm here. To what effect yet, we don't quite know. So, diving back over the fence, let's see if we can't keep up with it. We've got something, a flatlander behind us that Elliot manages to dissipate just like so. The flatlanders seem to be able to just kind of glide over anything. The swarm structure, we're going to try and stay away from, but the chunk of unknown material, I wouldn't mind trying to combat it. Wow, we're having a hard time getting you, aren't we? And now where did the storm make it to? Oh, right here, apparently, somewhere. But where exactly? That's the trick. I don't think we know for certain. But we can try and track it still, try to chase it down. I think we're right on top of it again. We are seeing a person around here. The swarm structure is gone. He managed to kind of whip it with his tail then for a moment. Okay. The people, the persons, we're definitely going to want to try and stay away from them. Let's just wander around the field here and see what we get out of this. Yeah, maybe we do go for this thing. You know, I feel like we've been able to find artifacts in them in the past. We might be able to do the same again. And oh boy, that's a lot of things darting around Elliot. And that, the giant appendage, not nice. Not nice. Okay, all right. So, making our way down here. I'm trying to remember what we saw with dusk when we actually entered the store itself. The storm, rather. The shifting masses, they don't seem to be too difficult to take care of. We've got blood being emitted around us, and yet again, we are near that center, feeling an absence, and we now, in front of us, have an absence. For a split second, the world vanishes and you're in an empty and ruined city. It's built to a vastly different scale than those on Earth. And I think that thing, the absence, is now gone. Okay, and we have a shifting shape now. Well, how nice. So occasionally we are getting confused as well, as in like our movements are kind of going all over the show. We're back on the same square as the portal. Yet again, nothing. We will stay out here though, because I think proximity to the storm as well can potentially, allow these psychic awakenings to happen, which that would be nice. I don't think Elliot is going to say no to that. We are going to say no to the smoke though and try and get away from some of that. Okay, another shifting shape. I think we're going to go for the mass because we haven't had much luck. Oh, okay, there's just a constant sense of deja vu there. And now light is gone. Okay, can we get over this thing? Maybe. No. No, it does not seem, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Oh, damn. Okay, whatever that thing was, it is now gone. And the storm seems to be shifting a little bit further away. Come on, Elliot. Climb over that damn fence. Okay, let's keep chasing. And we are on it once more, slicing away. And we can see that the sunlight is actually irritating Elliot's skin. Even though he does have a pheloderm, he is still affected by the harshness of the sun's rays. Yeah, I don't know if we were meant to take that dialogue a little bit further, but I am aware that, if you take those dialogues too far sometimes, it's not good. It's really not good. Okay, so the chunks of unknown material, they don't seem to last for that long. At least the other one didn't. This one's putting up a little bit more of a fight, seemingly. Wow, it's taking a lot to do damage to it. Let's see, what are we actually doing to it here, Elliot? He's doing like 15 damage when he does actually manage to get in there with a critical. I suppose this is a good way for him to train his melee. Yeah, I mean, he death by 1,000 cuts, I guess. Just keep on slashing, my dude. Just keep on slashing. And ideally, we'll just keep on fighting this one here. Is it gone? It stabilizes and reforms itself into a small chunk of unknown composition. But we don't have that small chunk. We don't know what happened to that. Okay, well, we can see a number of persons around. Do we try and kill one of them? Well, they're unkillable. We can't actually kill them. It's not something that can happen. I think they will eventually disappear. Oh, what have we here? Dead grass and less than nothing. I don't know if we can get out of that. All the empty space around you suddenly becomes even emptier. So we were actually completely stuck for a moment then, and deja vu has drawn us back. We are now stuck in that void once again. Okay, and yeah, right. We are far from the center now, but okay, we're getting attacked. I do need to be wary that we can also suffer a death by 1,000 cuts. So maybe we do want to try and back away from this constant interruption, because we keep on ending up in a void. And I don't know if that void is going to do damage to us over time or if there's something else. Okay, we're alone right now though, so that's good. A little bit of a bonus for Elliot. But yeah, I think it's this unknown material that might be doing this to us. That or it's the person. We did get scraped then by an absence, I think. Okay, we're gonna try and hold our ground here and try and see if we can kill this thing when it gets closer. It keeps on getting thrown out by the void. Let's start running, Elliot. Get a little bit further away. I think that was the source of it. Let's see. We'll find out one way or the other, won't we? Slash away. See if we can kill this thing. Okay, no, it's probably you, the absence down there. Okay, and it is doing damage to us somehow. Wonderful. Now we've got 18 memories just flittering around us. Keep it up, bud. Okay, that felt like 1,000 cuts. My hand is sore after that. Oh boy. I think we need to call it there because our strength, our dexterity, our intelligence, our perception is all down at 0 now. So we've slowly had our energy, our life force sapped from us during this this entire happening. So that's not great. Our speed is okay still. The strain of the weight, wow. We can barely climb this, can we? So we can open gates though, so that's good. The swarm structures are going to disappear. Are there any other gates? Not that I can see. Yeah, there is up the very, very top here, but that person could be a problem. We'll see if they're going to be. Let's just try and make our way down here, Elliot. One strand there. He's kind of crawling back here, a withered husk of a man. But you survived the storm. At least part of it, and now it is distant, so the effects shouldn't be as bad here. His strength is starting to make it back. Oh, I do wonder if those mines might go off. Actually, there was a mine over here. He might not be spotting it now. So, yeah, just out of caution, let's just be wary. All right, we are gonna take that plank though. We'll probably... No, we need to actually bring it inside with us because we need to set it up later. Okay, well done, Elliot. You survived, and yeah, he's feeling it. He is in severe pain right now. I don't think he's going to be able to easily sleep through this here, but I think we might try. Okay, back in the shoes of Duskwood. We're going to use that sheath there to put away our knife. Oh, okay, we already have... Please put the knife away. Oh, we have a bayonet in it already. I see. Well, just let's put that away then. Okay, so we are going to go and wear our earplugs because hopefully they are going to allow us to sleep. We are feeling tired at the moment. We are very thirsty currently. We don't have much to drink. We also haven't consumed a lot of calories yet. We will do so once we wake up. I would like to have some multivitamins though, just before we do fall asleep. Or try to, at least. Let's play with Caterpillar for a little bit here in Dusk. Let's try and get some shut-eye. Okay, I think it's going to take a little bit more for Dusk to fall asleep. Elliot has fallen asleep on a table because that's what he does apparently. We are just going to go and remove some of those warmer items though, just so that we can have a little bit more of a comfy time here. And, we should have our fruit wine still. It's all downstairs, so Dusk is just going to make her way down here. Hopefully not antagonizing any of the people, the persons. They're not there anymore. The storm is over, okay? So no effects, no lasting effects seemingly for Elliot from that so far. So we're going to go and knock back this fruit wine. It isn't super quenching, but it's something. We'll have some of the broth as well, actually. What do I want to do with it? Pour it into our hip flask? Sure. I actually just wanted to consume it. Still a little peckish. Let's drink some more fruit wine here. Because, well, it's going to make us rather tipsy. It's going to make it a little easier for us to fall asleep. At least that's the idea. We're back to underweight. Are you kidding me? We ate nearly 20,000 calories the other day. You've got to be kidding me. That is wild. Blech. Okay, fine. Jeez. Unbelievable. Well and truly, okay. I mean, I know we've been using a lot of power. We've been using a lot of our powers, but that is, well, I guess we're going to have to really push our eating habits further. Let's see if we can sleep though. Okay, well, Dusk really slept there. It is now 12:30. Elliot, let's go and wake you up as well. Oh, we need to take our, our earplugs out. There we go, that'll help. Wake up, brother, wake up. Not sure if we had any mutations for him overnight. Quite possibly, it looks like he might be wielding something. Oh no, it was the acoustic guitar beneath you there. But we'll just double check that there's nothing here. Not that I can see. Okay. So we're famished, we're underweight, so that's going to be our focus this morning, making sure that that isn't going to be the case. Obviously, we are going to continue working on our leather hides as well because we're nearly done with that. Let's turn on these lights first of all, and then let's fix ourselves a little bit of breakfast. So, yeah. Wait, what? The meat in here should not be gone. What? How is it rotten? It was frozen. Are you serious? Why is the freezer turned off? Did we run out of battery? We shouldn't have run out of battery. 84% battery overall. How, please, do tell, how did the freezer turn itself off? The fridge is turned off. There is no reason that they should have turned off. That is so incredibly frustrating. Well, we do have a little bit of smoked meat, so that's something. We still have fat here, which apparently is going to spoil in 4 days' time. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to shift that into the freezer now. The rotten meat, we're just going to have to go and shift out of there. That's so disappointing. Incredibly so. So I think whenever we are away, we're going to need to make sure that we check that things get turned back on when we arrive, because I think sometimes when we're outside of the reality bubble of the house, it'll turn off appliances. And then I guess what it does is try to figure out how long something's been sitting there not frozen. Yeah, not sure what the fix to that is going to be, but we're going to have to figure out something because, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So let's see, we want to go and put our fat into the freezer to give it a chance to actually last a little bit longer. So that's all of the fat in there. It should start to get a bit cooler now. But yeah, right, very annoying, very, very annoying. I think we might just be making ourselves some crackling here. Yeah, our food options are quite limited now. Okay, all right. So yeah, crackling is going to be pretty good for us calorie-wise. It's quick and easy for us to make. So let's get making. Microwave time. Now, I know we were using power while we were making the leather hide here, but there is no way that we used so much power that we went to 0 and then managed to boost back up to 83% power. Right now, the grid battery flow it's a positive. And this is at night time as well, so there's no reason that we should have run out of power or had any issues there whatsoever. Okay, but we've eaten all of the crackling that we can for now. We will be eating more of that as soon as we can. We are, for the time being though, going to try and maybe purify some more water. I am surprised that we don't have any purification tablets. I was certain that we had at least a few of them kicking about somewhere, and I might just not be searching in the right places. For now, the easiest method that we can use is just purifying what we need. So let's just do 10 lots of that. We'll use the microwave again, and we'll pour that into our hydration pack and get slurping right away. And we'll have some more of that when we can, but for the moment, Dusk, let's go and continue our craft here. Excellent. Okay, so now we have tanning leather hide here, and they will take a little while to tan. We can see it is not done yet, so we will just be checking in on that after a little while. Now, I do want to make sure that we don't have other hides that we were already tanning, so we'll just do a little search around here. Tanning hides, nope, those are the only ones currently. Okay, that's all good. Looks like we can eat again, so we knocked back a load of crackling there. That's good. All the rotten meat, not so good. It means that we will need to hunt, well, soon. So for us to do a fair bit of leather working, we are going to need more than just what we have here. These leather hides will be able to get most of what we would need for Dusk, but I think I'd like to have maybe just a little bit more. Also, I mean, it would be nice to have a larger stockpile of meat, really. So I think we're probably going to try and go and get some more dinosaur goodness. But I am going to want to make sure that we have a storage solution for the large amount of blood that we're going to be able to get. And so far, whenever we've brought over a container, we've had trouble with it not having enough capacity. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab this metal tank here of salt water, because from memory, I think we might have some of this already upstairs in the bathtub from memory. Yes, indeed we do. Okay, so let's go over here. We're going to go and dispense some more salt water, pour into an adjacent keg. There we go, salt water. Okay, fantastic. So now this is just a regular metal tank. So we should be able to go and drop that up in our little space up here. Let's go put that plank back. Okay, and oh dear, okay. Still need to do some more burning here. I think we might just need to get some more logs in general. But for the moment, metal tank, we will place you there for now. Let's go close that up. And yeah, you know what? I think we are going to go and chop down a tree or two. So let's go grab ourselves a wood axe. For the moment, we're just gonna have to wear our rucksack. That way we can grab our wood axe and put it into our lifting field. I'm just going to leave the light on just because I'm curious to see if things are going to stay active. And let's pop on down towards this tree here. Let's activate the wood axe, and we're going to chop down this tree here. And we want it to go that way, not onto Elliot. Wonderful. And now I think we will probably end up using the saw here to chop a tree into logs. And Elliot is actually helping with the task. Okay, that's good. But the sun has risen, so we need to be wary of that. We got 2 logs out of that so far. Okay. I think we're probably going to go and chop down a little bit more, so we're going to need our umbrella, which we might actually already have with us. We do. Okay, excellent. Let's just expand that out, and we'll continue our work. Actually, before we do, let's just have a look at them. The wood axe and the wood saw. We'll just compare the two of them. Okay. Right, tree cutting quality and then wood sawing quality. So the wood saw probably still going to be better for us to get those logs. And maybe we'll just do that one more time. Excellent. Okay, so let's go and start hauling. We'll just do an auto haul to grab as much as we can. Okay, and we're going to use some of this to burn, and then we're going to use the rest to try and turn it into charcoal, because it's still going to be worth us having a fair amount of charcoal. So, let's see. We've got a fair few logs here. Let's just go put 2 into this for now. We'll start a fire. And over here, we're going to go and load this kiln up with wood. Okay, so it can fit all 5 of those logs. Now we've just got these long sticks left over. I think we'll probably just haul them outside for now. Stop hauling for the moment. And let's go and fire that kiln. Okay, nice. So that is going to take 23 hours until it's fully done. So if we do want to actually try and do any meat preservation, we're probably going to have to wait for that. But we have energy right now, and those dinos were still pretty close to us. So I think we're going to go and try and get a number of them. And by a number, I mean just one. Okay, so we've got the one down here. I am intrigued to see if there are any more eggs on the ground though, so we will keep an eye out for them. But it's mostly dinosaur droppings around here at the moment. So they will become aggressive pretty quickly. I think you're just behind here. Yeah, but we can't quite see you. There we go. That's a little bit better. We're going to go and force shove you back towards that tree there. Again, because of their weight, we're not going to have to apply too much force here to actually be able to take them out. Also, they're just going to be that bit slower. 18 damage is not quite enough to do it. One more fist of telekinetic force is, though. Okay, so we don't want to linger here for too long. Let's make sure that we get this thing moving and fast. Elliot, stick by, my friend. Okay, and we've got a grabber up towards the north of us at the moment. Interesting. So let's try and far hand you on over towards us before you manage to grab us. And then we've got our force unarmed ready. Let's start striking, take that thing down, and then get back to it. It is a little concerning just seeing like these slow wandering groups just making their way around here. I'm glad we've got the mines for that reason, so we shouldn't be surprised if a large group shows up here. Okay, so we are going to try and not have Elliot close that door behind him, so let's just go swap positions with him for now, push him a little bit further in, Now we should be able to do this without too much trouble. Let's go put the umbrella back away. We'll have to collapse it down. Okay, and Dusk is going to do a full butchery here. Oh dear, Elliot's Philoderm turned into jaundice yet again, and it seems like we just dropped the blood on the ground, not into the metal tank, which is empty. So maybe we need to be wielding the metal tank to be able to put the animal blood into it. I was hoping it would just use a container that's close by. It's literally dropped onto the square that the container is on. That's really disappointing. Okay, but it's not the end of the world. And everything that's on here, well, we're going to try and get most of that outside. So we're going to start hauling everything, and that's going to take us a bit to do. Some of it we are just going to chuck straight into the fire though. And we'll move one more square here. Thank you, Elliot. Okay, and we'll stop hauling for the moment. We will take our umbrella back out. And let's see, what do we want to put into the fire then? Honestly, the scraps of meat, just because, well, they're not that useful. Oh, and we fell asleep. Okay, of course we did. Okay, so scraps of meat into the fire. And I was going to put the butchery refuse in there as well, but I do not know what has happened to that. I swear it was here, but I'm not seeing it any longer. Okay, well, that's... Oh, no, it's right here. It's right here, Rykon. Okay, there we go. That is now all gone. So, now, just need to start shifting everything. Because I would like to try and keep some of these things. The bones we're probably just going to leave here for now. The sinew is always going to be useful, so yes, that will come with us. But yeah, all those bones, they're going to stay. That large stomach, that can go in the fire because, yeah, it's not going to last. Okay, so those are separate. Now we're going to do a little bit more separation again. And this time we're just going to be taking 300 chunks of meat at a time. Because that's as many that we can actually store in a freezer. So it should be a little bit faster for us to move this over. Yep, didn't take us all that long. Okay, drag it on down here. And the chunks of meat shall go into the freezer with that's already frozen. I mean, that is to be expected. Okay, now this mini freezer here, we still don't 100% know if it works. So we've got all of our chunks of fat in there. That is good. We'll stop hauling there. Do we want to try and place down this freezer again? Let's place that mini freezer. Okay, seems to be all good. We will turn it on and we will put that meat straight in there. Okay, so theoretically that should start to freeze before too long. Ideally and hopefully. Now we are famished. Just, my God. So let's go grab some of the other bits and pieces and get them back inside and then deal with the famishing that we're currently experiencing. Okay, I mean, the stuff that's in the other freezer is already getting cold, so that's a good sign. That is a good sign. We have a little bit more volume in this one here. So we'll maybe just try and put in a little bit more fat if possible. We can put in another 20. There we go. And then it's just going to have to be the refrigerator for everything else, which it seems like we're going to be able to get it in there without too much trouble. Okay, that's good. That is good. Now, the fridge is not turned on. How is the fridge not turned on? The freezer is turned on. I don't know what's going on there. That's a bizarre one. I'm just going to have to religiously check that it is turned on. How intriguing, how weird. And yeah, look at that, we've nearly maxed out the power grid yet again. So because we're so close to maxing out the power grid, I'm going to go outside and we are going to put down another battery. So having a look at the battery bank that we've got here, we're probably going to need to put a cell phone on to be able to do this. We are going to look at BAT. So we've got medium batteries that we can place down now as well, these medium storage batteries. I do just want to make sure that we didn't have any other large ones kicking about. I don't know. We've got medium ones down here. Let's just go around the side real quick. Medium back here. Nope, that is that. That is totally fine. Hang on, nope, large storage battery. Where are you? Right there. Okay. Well, I suppose we could always just connect that over to the side here. Nothing stopping us from doing that. So, large storage battery, you will go right here. And now having a look at that, just down to 80%. but that is a serious amount of power that we have stored. And so all of that power right now is coming from this vehicle. It only has 6% gasoline left in it, so we will need to go and top that up before too long. But honestly, I think I'd like to just change to using the backup generators where possible. We could just drive this. We could drive this SUV with a few different tanks, fill up some diesel. That seems like a pretty good option for us. We will need to bring some cash cards with us because apparently we can just buy more fuel. What we are doing when we're at those pumps without buying it is just using what was already paid for. At least I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. So we are tired right now, so that's probably not something that we want to try and do today, but it is something that I think I'm going to try and consider. We are hungry right now, so I'd like to try and get something going on. The pesto that we have is a little old, so we'll have some of that to begin with. We've had a lot of calories again today, but we've also spent a lot of calories. Wow, yeah, no, we are using a lot, nearly 10,000. I mean, we did literally lug a Triceratops back. Well, you know, there's something of that size back here, and that takes a lot. I think throwing it around also takes a massive amount of energy. So then, we do actually have a few other options here, food-wise. As we know, lard is a fantastic option for us. And it does actually give us crackling as a byproduct. We are going to need some more tallow going forwards, so it could be worth us trying to do at least some of that. But yeah, wow, it does take a while. You know what, we are going to do 2 more lots of tallow now while we have Elliot with us. I think the thing is we're weary, and that's why we're that much slower when it comes to crafting. Oh, yeah, and we fell asleep briefly there. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to have to make something a little faster to eat. Honestly, we could just eat the smoked meat for now. I think that's totally fine. It is saying that this stuff is going to spoil. It shouldn't spoil while it is in the refrigerator. It should take, at least a few days. It's just been recently gathered, so yeah. It is starting to get cold as well, which that's good. This stuff is frozen, the old stuff, the new stuff isn't yet. Some of these are frozen, so it's kind of working. I think we're just going to whip up some quick cooked pepper meat. I'm okay with us spending an hour just making a few of those. Oh, and Elliot is starting to scratch his torso, so he may need some more antipsychotics. We'll see about that. But for now, Dusk, eat your peppered meat. Alright, but she's pretty full after all of that, so we're going to cast our gluttonous consumption, or at least we will as soon as we drop that umbrella. And there we go. We're back down to satisfied, so it does help. We might have to cast it a few more times tonight, but I feel like those extra calories are going to help us maintain maybe a little bit of weight. It is so difficult with Dusk. She goes through those calories like nobody's business. I think she also does have just more calorie needs in general. Very fast metabolism, yeah, so twice as much food as the average human to maintain her expanded cardiovascular and respiratory systems. So it's a considerable amount that she's consuming there. Oh, we probably also aren't going to need this wood axe right this second, so let's go drop that back there for now. And we're going to put our pack back into our lifting field, just like so. And then I'd like to check on the charcoal just to see where that is at. Also, how is the burning going here? Okay, all right. We finally got there. We gave Walter the burial he deserved, or at least the funerary rites. 5 hours left on that kiln. Okay. Well, the twins are tired, extremely weary, so it's probably worthwhile us trying to go to sleep now, but I think we're just going to wait a little bit because it's going to take just maybe an hour or so before that food to kind of go away. Also, we have consumed gross food recently. Yeah. Hard life, Dusk. It is a hard life. For now, though, we are going to make our way back upstairs. The hides should still be good. Let me just double check them. It is all rawhide. They're cold right now. Maybe we do want to try and see if we can at least turn them into cured hides before we sleep. Let's have a look at you. Oh, we can only do 2. Salt water. Well, that's not going to be a problem. We just need to get the salt water from upstairs. So we have that tank down here. Let's just go pop upstairs and grab what we can. Dispense the salt water. We're going to pour it into our metal tank. Okay, now that's going to be rather heavy for us. Let's just see. Actually, it's actually not that heavy. It is kind of doable. Put that salt water down and have a look at those cured hides once again. So, alright, 4 hours and 23 minutes for us to at least begin that process, which we're gonna. Oh, and I think the engine just went outside. Okay. Alright, we're at 50% at the moment. It is 5:30 in the morning. We're famished, we're tired, and some of our meat there is starting to get a little old. We're just going to have that smoked meat for the time being. We're going to check on our other meats here, which are all frozen now. That's very good, and they are staying turned on. Brilliant. But unfortunately, some of the things in the fridge here are going to go off before we can probably use all of them. Still, those freezers have been a fantastic addition for us. So here's what I think we're going to do. Dusk definitely needs to sleep. She's extremely weary. Oh, I was going to say Elliot can carry on, but no, he is dead tired right now. He is still dehydrated as well. Buddy, let's give you a bit of a drink before you do go to sleep. It's going to be cheap wine for you, I think. Okay, so yeah, let's turn off that overhead light for now. That doesn't seem to affect anything else. And the twins, well, they're going to have that long, well-deserved rest that they have earned. Of course, just after Caterpillar has been played with. Okay, so even if we don't fall asleep right away here, just resting is going to help Dusk. We're going to use those earplugs and try and sleep. Okay, and Dusk awakens alone in the darkness, at least in her dream. You try to move, but all your limbs are frozen in place. You can't even blink your eyes. As you wait, you hear a thin, reedy humming sound from somewhere off in the darkness, slowly getting closer. You struggle frantically, trying to move a singular finger as the sound approaches from behind your head. Just as the humming finally gets within arm's reach and you hear it move closer to your face, you awaken. Okay, perhaps that was the humming of the storm, or it could have been something else. Because we do have our earplugs in. Maybe it was just Elliot humming in his sleep. Regardless, it is 3:30 in the afternoon, and these two, as ever, have much to get done today. So, making their way back downstairs, we're going to pick up where we left off, with them trying to work on these hides a little bit further. Now, we've just been running off of solar power today. The batteries are still looking good, 82%, that's fantastic. The freezers have remained on, stuff has actually remained frozen. Would you look at that? Now we are going to have to drink a little bit more this morning, so we're going to try and just make some clean water to get us going, which will take us a little bit. But there we go, Dusk, we're going to put that into your hydration pack. And a little bit of good news, Dusk is back to normal weight again. So we do seem to be maintaining her weight now, but we are having to, eat a fair amount still. So back to work before anything else. Excellent. Oh, and Dusk was just feeling something straining deep inside, yearning to be free. So that is a post-threshold mutation that we just don't have access to yet, but intriguing that had popped up there. Okay, so Elliot, we're going to continue working on those cured hides because we still have more that we can actually do here. Many more. And these hides are going to help us out in the long run. It looks like the sun is starting to set now, so we're going to have to put this light back on. We really do need to try and go and get some more power, but for now, 80%, I think we're going to be okay. We're not going to push it too far because obviously we need to make sure that we let things, remain frozen. But for the time being, I think we should be able to at least finish this. Oh, and Elliot just got dexterous. But then Dusk hears, "Why did you leave me?" Intriguing. Whose voice was that? Because I don't think that was Elliot. Unless maybe it was. Maybe it was Elliot. We can't be certain. But that is more hides done. Well done, Dusk. We are tired. Checking on the battery, still 80%. Wonderful. So we're a little bit hungry. Let's have some more of those. And unfortunately, the other stuff in the fridge has rotten. But these things are still frozen. Yay! Let's just hope that everything works okay when we leave. But yet again, we won't be leaving just yet, because those cured hides, they are not going to last forever in there, so the more that we can do now, the better. And that felt like it went by really, really fast. That's even more done. We've got 152 cured hides there. So because we have 152, that isn't going to mean 152 tanning leather hides. It reduces down by a lot. But getting all that stuff processed right now is helping us. Having a look at this once again, all right, we got 6 left that we can work on here. Brilliant, that's all done. That's all the hides. Now, on to the tanning leather hides. Okay, what are we missing? Oh, brains. Or rather, it will use rotten ingredients. That's fine. Rotten brains, totally fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Or am I? What are we missing out on here? Oh, the salt water. Okay, we are going to need some more of that. So let's get that metal tank. We'll pop back upstairs and get the rest of that salt. Here we go. All right, how much do we actually have there? Okay, a fair amount of that. We'll go dispense that, pour it into our metal tank, and then we'll head back downstairs. Okay, here we go. So we are going to be able to do 10 lots of this here. And the limiting factor is tallow in this instance, which, you know, that's not that bad. We do actually have some tallow that's on the go at the moment, so maybe we finish that one off first. Okay, the sun is going to start rising again in just a moment. I think it's actually already up, yeah, so we'll go turn this off. And let's check to see where the battery's at. 76%, yeah, because we've got such big batteries, it's going to take quite a long time for it to go down. So now with all that extra tallow, we should be able to work on a lot more. Oh, we most certainly can. And yeah, that's going to take a while for us to do that. We're going to start it just so that we're making use of those ingredients right away. And we're going to kind of try and push it maybe until around about 10. And let's call it there. And as you might be able to see, Elliot also has mana luminance. Congratulations, brother. He doesn't have a lot of mana, but he is going to be more luminous. And I guess that kind of helps because he's not going to wear so much clothing, so the extra warmth will be good for him. So yeah, that's that. And unfortunately, Legionnaires, that is where we're going to have to call it for today's episode. Yes, I know, a super craft heavy episode. But we're at that point of the game where we are going to have to start working on these things more. And we are getting there, slowly but surely. We've got a really decent stockpile of hide starting to build up. And food, too. As long as we can keep those freezers freezing. But just running on solar power alone isn't going to be enough. We are going to need some more diesel for those generators and some more petrol for our car. Unfortunately, now that it is completely empty, we're not going to be able to drive that. But we have an electric car here that we can just get a battery into and hopefully make it to the gas station in one piece. One way or the other, we will work it out. But for now, I would like to ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.